Terrorism. The definition: using the threat of violence or actual violence in an effort to gain a prescribed political outcome. Just the other day, in good old Minneapolis, Black Lives Matter Antifa activists held hostage a city councilwoman, a transgender city councilwoman, who also happens to have a lot of melanin in her skin, black. They held her hostage with a list of demands, including dropping charges against the rioters so that they can go on and do it again. The resignation of the progressive mayor, who obviously isn't progressive enough for them, Jacob Frey, amongst numerous others. They held her for a good amount of time too, hours. Transgender woman described it as being held hostage in an effort to achieve a political outcome. This is the definition of terrorism. Then Joe Biden wants us to believe that militia members, that quote-unquote white supremacy is the greatest threat to our nation. Most of these people just say, leave me alone. This is their attitude. Just leave me alone, leave me out of it. These people want to extend their totalitarian edicts upon us. They want to be able to riot freely and to destroy your business, and then use terrorism to demand the resignation of the progressive mayor, the dropping of all charges. Yes, so if you stand with the progressive movement, the quote-unquote progressive movement, the Democrats, this is what you stand with the Ilhan Omars of the world, with the Rashida Tlaibs and the AOCs. Are these good people? Is this what you want to support? I really want to know. How am I off here? What am I not understanding? This is terrorism. And yet, white supremacy, this almost non-existent entity, and yes, of course it does exist and is rising actually, in all fairness, because they are deploying the environment and the chemical reaction that would create greater amounts of white supremacy, like telling everybody that they're racist and they're bad people, etc., etc. But back to the central point, they aren't the biggest threat. The biggest threat to democracy, to our republic, are these people that want to advance their edicts and using terrorism in an effort to gain their political outcomes. Holding somebody hostage, a black trans woman. I don't know what to do. Guys, do you have a solution for this other than coming down very harshly on these people that are employing these tactics, and to drop all affiliation with the Democrats that support this, that say that Antifa is a myth, that say that the protests were mostly peaceful during the summer, despite all the lives lost, despite all the businesses and the damage. And then they want to concentrate on January 6th, one event that was bad, that was a riot, and they want to dredge this up because it fuels them politically. And yet they want to ignore, the mainstream media wants to ignore these happenings. I don't know. I'm done with these people. I was a Democrat. I no longer can lend my voice to their causes. They've gone so far off the rails, and I urge each and every one of you to stand against these actions and to come down harshly upon them so that they don't happen again. BLM Antifa are flat out terrorists, using violence or the threat of violence to achieve a political outcome. Minnesota, Minneapolis, you are a joke. Let's not let that cancer extend out to other areas of the nation, although it already has. Let's not let it metastasize any further. Tell me how I'm wrong in the comment section below. Peace and blessings. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, hit the all notification bell, thumb up the video, thumb it up. Peace out.